Hello everyone. Today we're going to go over how to use a protractor. Alright, so the first thing that we need to find is where our vertice or our center point is going to be located. And that is right here along the straight part of the protractor. You'll see a little bullseye. On other protractors it might look a little bit different. Like I have a protractor here that this is where the center is. There's one here where it's just a circle in the middle. This part of a protractor varies depending on the style that you purchase. For this particular one that we're going to be using, there is a little bullseye helping you locate where that center point is. The next thing we need to find is where 0 degrees is on our protractor. Your protractor goes from 0 to 180 degrees. Now on this protractor, 0 is not clearly marked. Alright, we have the beginning right here, which is actually 0. And you know this because if you follow these dashes up, you'll notice it goes to 10. 10 is marked, and if we were to count up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's going to go up by 10 each time. So 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up to 180. Again, once we get over here, we have 170, and this is not labeled 180, but if we were to count it out, it'd be 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180. And the same thing goes, you'll see that there's two sets of numbers. It goes same forwards, and then it'll also show you in reverse. I don't really know the reasoning behind it, but that's what they do. Sometimes you'll only have it going in one direction. It's okay. Now, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be drawing some fireworks, working with our protractor. So, we are going to line the center point up on this dot that I've already drawn on my page. Now, you will notice Miss Martinez is using a much larger piece of paper than she normally does. You do not have to use a large piece of paper. You can use your regular sketchbook or whatever paper it is you normally have. So our first step is we're going to line it up on the dot that I already had on the page, and we are going to mark 0, 90, and 180. We are then going to use the straight edge of our protractor, and we are going to draw a straight line connecting those points to the center point. If you do not have a protractor, please hold on patiently. I will show you the alternative for the assignment that you are going to complete. For those of you that do have a protractor, line it back up, and you are going to put random marks on numbers that end in 0. So I'm going to do 20, 60, 120, 140, and 170. I'm going to pull my protractor away, and once again I am going to line up those edges. I'm going to hold my protractor down so it doesn't move on me, and I'm going to draw my lines. Each line is going to go through that center point. Alright, so we have our lines going through the center point. Next, we're going to line our protractor back up again. This time, we are going to go through and we're going to mark numbers that end in 5. Now, these are not written as numbers on here that end in 5, but if we look in between each set of numbers at the dashes, at our little tally marks, there are numbers that end in 5. So I'm going to do 45, 75, 115, 155, and those are the numbers I'm going to choose. I'm going to take my straight edge, and this time I'm going to line it up on the marks, but I'm not going to draw the line all the way through. These lines are going to come up short. Alright, you're going to take the same process and do it again on this side of our fireworks. That's right, we're making fireworks out of this. I'm going to erase my marks up here that I no longer need. On this half, I'm going to show you what to do if you do not have a protractor. You're still going to need a ruler or a straight edge of some type. So, I'm still going to be using the protractor as my ruler for my straight edge. We're still going to be drawing lines going through one point. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 long lines, and then I'm going to do some short lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next step that we're going to do is we are going to draw little circles at the end of these lines. Now I know what you're thinking. It was a lot easier this second time around because we weren't measuring out angles or anything like that. The reason I have you drawing it out as angles is to get you extra practice with a protractor without the frustration of math involved. The other part of this project is practicing making straight lines. Now, we do not want wobble lines. Wobble lines are lines where you freehand it and it's not as straight as it could be. Alright, this is what we don't want. Alright, we have a straight edge or a ruler and we need to use it. You're going to draw 3 fireworks. They can be the same size or they can be different sizes. For this project, it is going to be a 2-part project, so this is the first part. We will do the second part next week. Now you'll notice, well, you can't see it on the screen there, but as I was doing this one, I drew my line straight across and it's looking very even and symmetrical. So I want to change that up. I'm going to select a couple different lines to do that don't connect all the way across. Don't forget you also need to do some short lines and some long lines. So some lines might go all the way through, some might not. And that's what makes it look more like a firework or a burst. Alright, and you just have to do one more and you will be ready to go ahead and turn that in, and we will do the next half next week. That's it.